The Oak Ridge High School band has formed the corridor down on Blankenship Field, and by the reaction of the crowd, you can tell as some of them begin to rise to their feet, the Wildcats are beginning to come down the steps, single file, one by one, and they'll head on to Blankenship Field for this second-round playoff ball game between the Wildcats of Oak Ridge and the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians.
Well, David, what a great atmosphere. You can already tell not a huge Oak Ridge fan, but they're already on the feet. Most of them have their cowbells and their little shakers, and you can tell they're very excited.
Leading them down the steps is the head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, Coach Bruce Lussier, in his first year as the head coach. He comes in at 11-0, facing a Dobyns-Bennett team that comes in with a record of 9-2 is their record. I don't know why I went blank there just for a second. They've only lost 2 ball games to Oak Ridge, 46-27, and to the Sevier County Smoky Bears, who won their region. The Wildcat captains are already down at the 50-yard line. The band is beginning to play. The Wildcats are still coming down the steps. While we have a moment, Scott, why don't you run down the starting lineups for tonight's ball game?
Thank you, David. First of all, starting off on the Oak Ridge side of the ball for Oak Ridge, quarterback number 6, a junior, Adrian Porter. Running backs will be James Booker, Rock Harden, and Scott Fischer as a fullback. Center, Chris Johnston. Guards, Nick Dongera and Mark Eichen. Tackles, Matt Kimbrough and Aaron Volk. Tight end will be Jacob Schneider, with the wide receiver being Sean Thomas, with Aaron Hunt doing the place kicking tonight. On the defensive side of the ball, ends Nathan Parkinson and Josh Rittenberry. Tackles, Larry Grissom and Benjamin Hill. Linebackers, Mike Resnick, Jeff Norman and Michael Teasley. Quarterbacks, James Booker, Sean Thomas. Drew Walker gets to start at safety tonight. The other safety is Reed Casey, and punting tonight, which we've already talked about, the injured Trey McDonald.
And the Oak Ridge band has just opened up, and they're walking towards, some of them, towards the home side, opening up a slight corridor about, 30 yards wide. The Wildcats are behind the cheerleaders. The sign is extended. The cheerleaders are chasing and running, and through the sign come the Wildcats, and it's playoff time here at Blankenship Field as the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats get ready to take on the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians, a longtime rival, a great rival, great tradition in high school football, both of these two programs, and I'm excited about the ball game.
You know, the players are coming out, David. You can really tell they're very excited. A lot of times that doesn't necessarily mean ready to play, but they're very excited, and I think they're going to put forth a really good effort tonight.
Emerging down from our left, the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians, and they'll get there on their side of the field here in a few short moments as the captains get ready to stroll out to the center of the field. Let's send it back to Scott Hinton. We'll be back with the start of this ball game in 60 seconds. That's the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett band playing across the field. The toss of the coin about to be made, or it might have been made. The 4 captains for the Wildcats, Drew Walker, Adrian Porter, along with Michael Resnick and Jeff Norman. The officials are discussing. The toss of the coin is up. They look. Who wins it? The Wildcats have won the toss, and Oak Ridge, I'm sure, will defer. So, unlike the first ball game when James Booker ran back the kick for a touchdown, the Wildcats will be on defense first, and we're getting ready for this playoff ball game. And once again, beautiful day in Oak Ridge. The field looks great. I think because of the red lines on the field, it makes that dead Bermuda brown look so much better.
Oh, no doubt. I remember so many times you could get the white yard markers on this field, and you could really hardly see it. I think the red just makes it stand out so much more with the checkerboard end zones. David, this is a great high school football field.
Scott Hinton, what scores are you going to be following tonight back at WATO? Thanks a lot, Scott Hinton. The Wildcats are getting ready to take to the field, and we're getting set. Oak Ridge is fired up down there, and here come the Dobyns-Bennett Indians. They pushed this revenge in their newspapers and in their radio and their media all week long about getting back at Oak Ridge for perhaps rubbing in or kind of putting too many points on the board when the game was already over. What kind of effect do you think that'll have in tonight's game?
Well, I always say that if you do that against a team that you know is not going to be fired up, it really helps them, David. I think it's kind of like the Tennessee-Florida game. You know, they can trash mouth to each other all they want to. You can only get so fired up, and the level of intensity, I don't think it's going to be any more. If that wouldn't have happened, then what it will be now that it did happen.
Jermaine Carpenter and Chris Henry back to receive the Aaron Hunt kick. Ball is on the tee. The Dobyns-Bennett band playing the Tomahawk Chop across the field, and this football game at Blankenship just seconds away. The referee is set. Here's the kick by Aaron Hunt. He drills it. Line drive, bouncing at the 5, and picked up at the 3, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 20-yard line. He is blasted hard by somebody. It might have been Michael Resnick and Evan Smith down there for the Wildcats. So they first down, 10 yards to go for the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians. Officially, the line of scrimmage will be just around the 19. They'll be moving from right to left, wearing their maroon pants, their white jerseys, maroon numerals, maroon helmets. Wildcats in their cardinal jerseys, silver pants, and white numerals. First down, 10 yards to go. Nicholas Vaughn at quarterback. 2 receivers split out to the right. They'll come from the eye at the 19-yard line. First down, quarterback hands it, fullback, boom! Blast into the backfield. He'll lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, Larry Grissom came from his tackle position and just manhandled the offensive tackle who was on him and wraps up the ball carries. He's coming through for a loss of probably about a half a yard.
It'll be a loss, as Scott mentioned, of a half a yard. Second down, 11 yards to go. 11:34 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game just underway from Blankenship Field. Up to the line they'll come. They'll split to the right side. Gerald Simpson ball along with Kevin McMillan. I formation once again. Vaughn under center. Adonis Johnson the tailback. Standing back at around the 12-yard line. Quarterback Vaughn pitching to Adonis Johnson. Tries to get wide on the option. He runs across for a first down. Wildcats. Vaughn, who was going down the line of scrimmage, hesitated, then pitched it off to the tailback. And the Wildcat, I don't know who the pitchman was, but he went blowing past the defender, and it'll be a first down for Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett.
Yeah, the quarterback did a really good job, David. He waited as long as he could to pitch the ball. He pitched the ball, and Adonis Johnson gets the ball in the corner and picks up probably about 11 yards, maybe 12 yards for a first down.
First down, 10 yards to go at the 32-yard line. They'll split number 3, Chris Henry, far to the left. They'll come with a double slot. Single running back behind the quarterback, Vaughn. First and 10 at the 33-yard line. 5 men front. Quarterback rolling, running up the line of scrimmage. Moves the ball up the field and is blasted at around the 35. Kind of stutter-stepped as he made his move. It'll be Jeff Norman there on the stop. He kind of was bouncing his feet, and the Wildcats did a much better job that time at making sure that Adonis Johnson was not free. It'll be a gain of 3. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians. As we play here in the first quarter, the winner to play the winner of the Sevier County William Blunt ball game taking place tonight at Sevier County. Up to the line they'll come, the 35-yard line of Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Scoreless game. Vaughn under center. In motion once again for them will come Dunn, and then a flag goes down on the play.
I believe the tight end for them, David, on the right side, I believe he jumped right before the snap, and I believe it's going to come back and it'll bring a 5-yard penalty for the Indians.
Kingsport had a pretty close call last week. They never, I don't think, really were in danger of losing the ball game, but they had a close one with the Heritage Mountaineers, who played well all season long. I think it was 23-21, a 2-point game anyway. Last week, the Wildcats had their way easily with Jefferson County. It'll be indeed a 5-yard step off against Kingsport, back to the 30-yard line. Up to the line they'll come. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score. Splitting off to the right once again for them is Chris Henry. Dunn is split to the left. Johnson to the right. Singer running back there, fullback. In motion once again will come Dunn. Quarterback's running. Wants to pitch. Deep in the backfield. Boom! Big stick. Michael Resnick drops him back at the 23-yard line. Huge loss on the play.
Outstanding play at that time. David, Michael Resnick came on a stunt and actually took out the pitch man. There was nobody to take the quarterback, and all of a sudden somebody that actually came and got him, he pitched the ball, and then Michael Resnick was there once again to make the tackle. Outstanding play. Brings up 3rd and long.
3rd down and about 17 yards to go back at the 24-yard line. They need to get to the 42 for a first. Up to the line they'll come. In the backfield with them, splitting out to the right is Chris Henry. Single running back. A man comes in motion here to the near side. That is Henry. Nicholas Vaughn under center from the 24. Straight drop. Back to pass. Rush. He's in trouble. He is sacked. Sacked at the 23-yard line. Wildcats came in strong and dropped him for a huge loss. Nathan Farquharson amongst others down there for the big hit.
I'll tell you what, David, this is as loud as I've seen this crowd all year. They're really into this ball game, and it looks like Oak Ridge, you can tell they're really ready to play.
And dropping back to receive the punt will go James Booker along with Sean Thomas. Booker calls for the crowd as they get ready to punt. It'll be Jonathan Ford, 5'9", 145-pound junior. Wildcats rush everyone else. Line of scrimmage is the 22. Here's the snap. It's good. Here's the punt. Very bad. Terrible punt. Is going to go out of bounds at around the 48-yard line. A punt, I don't know, couldn't have been more than 25 yards. It would be great field position for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 in Dobyns-Bennett territory.
You know, he's got about a 25-yard punt, David. He's probably lucky to do that. It looks like the ball went off the side of his foot, and it bounced probably for another 8 or so yards, but Oak Ridge gets the ball right at the 48-yard line.
Into the game will come the offensive unit led by junior quarterback Adrian Porter. Chris Johnston, the center, the first man to the line. Sean Thomas splits to the right. Rock Carden, James Booker, and Scott Fischer in the backfield. 1st and 10 Oak Ridge at the Kingsport 47. Handoff, Scott Fischer. Fischer moves the ball forward for a yard or 2. Not much more than that. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 2. The guards are Don Guerra and Eichen. The tackles tonight are the Wildcats. Oak Ridge's Matt Kimbrough and Aaron Volk. Evan Smith comes into the ball game as a receiver for the Wildcats. 7:56 to play, 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The center is Chris Johnston. The tight end is Jacob Schneider. He lines up here on the right side along with a double wing. Now they're going to set Booker outside the wing. Booker, he split out to the right. Nobody in the backfield. Now James comes in motion. Rolling out the pass is Porter. Porter dives over man and is dropped. Couldn't elude his blocker in the backfield, which was Nick Donguera, and he loses 4 or 5 yards. It'll be a big play defensively for Dobyns-Bennett, making it 3rd down and long facing Oak Ridge.
Tell you what, David, you can see their defensive end did a really good job. He started up the field, but as soon as he saw that Porter was rolling out, he made a beeline to get outside. It caused a little bit of havoc, and Porter ended up tripping over his own blocker.
Up to the line will come Oak Ridge. The loss is back to the Oak Ridge 48. They need to get to around the 38-yard line for a first. 3rd down at about 13. Double wing set once again. Porter to pass. Not a lot of time now. Running, looking, firing, pass, incomplete. Rock Harden defending. It'll be 4th down, and the Wildcats will be forced to punt. So what was promising field position results in just a punt situation for the Wildcats, and Trey McDonald will come into the ball game to punt, wearing a flak jacket today, protecting that bruised rib, and he'll be punting from back at his own 35-yard line. They'll rush everyone. Back there to receive the kick is Chris Henry. 10 on the line, low snap, no pressure. Here's the kick, end over end, wobbly kick, it's a good one. Henry backs up at the 10, looking to the sideline, cuts, and this bastard blasted at around the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 19-yard line. Kind of an end-over-end kick that time. He fielded it inside the 10 and quickly moved up the sideline. It'll be 1st and 10, almost the exact same position where they started after the opening kickoff.
Yeah, the returners really did a good job. Once he got the ball, he outran one guy and spun around. Matter of fact, I think it was Tyler Goforth that was down there very quickly. And then the returner actually spun away from him and then spun away another time about the 14 or 15-yard line and picked up about 8 yards or so on the return.
1st down, 10 yards to go for Dobyns-Bennett. We have no score here with 6:46 to play in the 1st quarter. I formation. Quarterback hands it off to the running back who's hit at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. Adonis Johnson is tackled by Benjamin Hill down there. A number change for Johnson. He's wearing number 34, I do believe, and wearing number 24, that is. And it'll be loss of about a half a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go. 6:24 to play, 1st quarter. The ball still at the 19-yard line. Dobyns-Bennett moving from right to left in a scoreless game. Adonis Johnson lines up in the I formation in the tailback position. Receivers left and right for quarterback Nick Vaughn. Was a receiver for them last year. Wildcats have 5 on the line. Quarterback hands it to the fullback, and he is tackled after a gain of a yard or 2. And Wildcats are doing their job. They're hitting the quarterback even after he hands the ball off. That's Farquharson there on the stop. It'll be 3rd down and long facing Kingsport. 2nd consecutive week the Wildcats have had to defend an option-type offense. This one's slightly different, not out of the split-back veer that Jefferson County ran out of last week. Once again, they'll come to the line. It'll be for them, I formation, 2 receivers to the right. They need about 8 yards to go for a first. They need to get to around the 30. Quarterback Vaughn pitches to Johnson. Johnson is about to get around the corner, and he does, and he breaks free. 40, 30, 45. Pushed out of bounds hard and around midfield. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Boy, he got to the corner, and he almost took it to the distance. He has got some wheels.
He's a little bitty fella, too, David. I don't know what they've got him listed at. Looks like 5'7", 175 pounds. He's real short and doesn't look to be that powerful, but he's very quick and really has got great lateral and vertical speed.
Pushed out of bounds by the Wildcats. Will be first and 10, Kingsport. They have the ball at the 48-yard line. The first game went to Oak Ridge 46-27. We have a scoreless ball game with 5:25 to play in the first. Receivers left and right from the 48. Once again from the I, Vaughn. Under center. Rolls right, hands it to his fullback. He busts free. Across the 45, down to around the 42-yard line. It'll be Michael Resnick there on the stop, but not before he picks up close to first down yardage. I think it'll be 2nd and 1. That time the fullback, who was not really a factor in the first game, got a huge hole on the right side and just busted free there and picks up 8 yards. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Paul Nazarevich is our statistician tonight. Scott Hinton's our engineer back at WATO. We're also on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The replay sponsored by 10 Bank of Oak Ridge. I formation, receivers left and right, 2nd and 2. Wildcats have movement across the line. That's going to give them a first down. Looks like Michael Teasley jumped across the line. And if you enter the neutral zone, even if you get back, that's a penalty in high school ball, and that's 5 yards. It'll be stepped off against Oak Ridge, and that'll give them a first down. Chris Boyd, Matt Tedford, and Brett Tedford, Philip Leander with us on Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. The penalty yardage is stepped off to around the 38-yard line, where it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. 4:49 to play, just underway. This is the second drive of the ball game for Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. They were forced to punt on their last one. They picked up a couple of first downs on this one. 1st and 10 again. Ball's at the 38-yard line of the Wildcats. Once again, Vaughn under center. Receivers left and right. Pitch will go to Adonis Johnson. Looking for running room. Once again, is going to be hit pretty good at the 35-yard line. Larry Grissom down there along with Oak Ridge's Michael Resnick. It'll be a gain of 2. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. He is so quick, and you don't really pay attention to him. He can just get through there, and he gains about 3 this time. 2nd down and 7.
You know, he's like a little water bug. He's just really quick, and he runs the sweep going to his left, makes just a little bitty cut, kind of goes outside, and what looks to be a no-gainer, he ends up picking up about 2.5 yards on it.
He nearly had 200 yards rushing against the Wildcats the last time, and he played, or he was a student at Robertsville at one time. Quarterback to the fullback. He looked like he was going to get a big gain, did B.J. McClendon, but then quickly Michael Resnick closed and tackled him at around the 33-yard line, making it 3rd down, facing Kingsport. 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. A long 5, not quite 6, but in between. It'll be 3rd down and 4:41 to play. Here in the first quarter, the Wildcats and the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians. The winner to move on to the 3rd round to take on either William Blount or Sevier County. I formation once again. They need about 5.5 yards for a first. Henry split out to the left. Quarterback under center. We'll hand it to Adonis Johnson. He's hit at the middle part of the line initially by Jeff Norman. He'll be short of a first down by about 3. It'll be 4th down and about 3. Norman and Grissom down there. Let's see what Coach Graham Clark elects to do. They need about 3.5 yards to go. He's signaling a play out to his team. Let's see if they try to get them to jump offside. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Looks as if they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, I think the ball's on the 31-yard line. I think it's a no-brainer. It's 4th and 4. Down in this position on the field, I think you've just about got to go for it.
Nicholas Vaughn under center. 4th down, 3 yards to go. The Wildcats shifting on defense. Under center forever. He's going to roll up the line of scrimmage. Here comes the pitch. It goes to Johnson. He's going to be hit at the 20, breaks free for a first down. Wildcats had him back there, but he was able to get across the 30 and pick it up all the way down to the 25, 1st and 10. He is so dangerous out there. The Wildcats looked as if they were going to stop him, but he's so elusive he got free for the first down.
That's really a big play for them, David. They've really got a lot of momentum going right now. That time somebody had came in and blasted the quarterback, and just at the last minute he pitched and really thought that Adonis Johnson might fumble the ball. That was kind of a bad pitch, but he gets it and was able to make a first down, a big first down for them.
Long drive in process for Kingsport. 2:38 to play first quarter, scoreless game. Handoff this time goes to number 22, breaks 3 tackles, cuts to the outside. Resnick misses him. Farquharson tackles him at the 15. They move the ball very close to another first down. The Wildcat defense, so far, they slowed him down on the first drive, but on this drive, they're just marching up the field. They've got it all the way down to the 15. 2nd down, 1 yard to go. Jim McNamee, the head coach of the girls and boys cross-country team will be my halftime guest. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. I might get a chance to speak to Brian Jones, too. The Wildcat is in sideline for the rest of the year. First, second down, a yard to go. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Looked like they were offside. Handoff, there's a fumble on the play. Down at the 17, and Oak Ridge has recovered. The Wildcats have recovered a fumble at the 17-yard line. Big, big play, and the Dobyns-Bennett drive comes to a halt.
What's a huge play. Number one, David, I can't believe that there wasn't a flag. It looks like the left tackle or the left end one had clearly jumped. I didn't see any flags. But thank goodness somebody for Oak Ridge on the fumble was there to pick it up. And Oak Ridge stopped really a big drive on, looks like about the 17-yard line.
Kingsport did that against Oak Ridge the first time they played. I think 4 turnovers in the ball game, and the Wildcats took advantage of them. Let's see what they can do deeper in their own territory, starting at around the 16-yard line. Adrian Porter, quarterback under center. Rock Harden comes in motion. Handoff goes. James Booker finds a big hole, and then it closes down. But he does get across the 20, up to the 23, gain of 5 or 6 yards. I thought he might get a little bit bigger crease and take it the distance. It'll be for the Wildcats a gain of 7. Second down, 3 yards to go for Oak Ridge.
Hey, what, David, have you seen a crowd this excited in a long time? This is a fantastic crowd tonight.
Anytime Dobyns-Bennett comes here, especially when the results of the game mean one team ends their season, the other continues their season, you'd expect that. The Dobyns-Bennett crowd across the way getting bigger and bigger. Second down, 3 yards to go, a minute 21 to play, scoreless game. Scott Fischer with a handoff. Scott across the 25, moves the ball to around the 26, where now it'll be third down and about a yard to go. Slow going for the Wildcat fullback up the middle, and it'll be third and about a yard. Not much more than that. They have the ball at the 26-yard line. A minute to play in the first quarter. No score. Oak Ridge and Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Wildcats trying to beat the Indians for the second consecutive time, although Kingsport's won 5 out of the last 6 the two teams have played. Down to 48 seconds and counting. The Wildcats come to the line. Chris Johnston back in there at center. Had to sit out because of injuries sustained in the Carnes game last week. Wildcats need a yard. Fischer has it. Moves the ball across for a first down at the 28-yard line with a great determined run.
It really was. It looks like they had him kind of stood up, and then all of a sudden, I believe he had enough for the first down, but then he spun and probably picked up another 2 yards.
33 seconds and counting. Evan Smith's going to bring in the play from Ron Gray, the offensive coordinator. We have no score. 28 seconds and counting in the first quarter. Wildcats moving from left to right. Evan Smith, senior, drifts off to the far right. Single coverage on him. Backfield consists of James Booker, Rock Harden, Scott Fischer. In motion will come Rock. Handoff goes James Booker. James, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35. Pushed out of bounds at around the 30-yard line. Huge run by the senior James Booker. First and 10 Wildcats.
It was a really nice play, the way they set that up, David. They faked the sweep going to the right and then came with a little inside handoff. James Booker, once he broke through the line of scrimmage, made just a little bitty head fake and then hit the sidelines, and a big, big play for the Wildcats.
Wildcats have it at the 30-yard line of Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Wildcats waiting for the play. 4 seconds to play. The clock will not start because I guess he went out of bounds. Ball's at the 30-yard line. We have 4 seconds left in the quarter. Play is yet to be sent in. I think maybe they thought the clock would start and they would end the first quarter, but now Sean Thomas is going to have to scurry in there with it. Clock is ticking down. The ball's at the 30. First down, 10 yards to go, and here come the Wildcats to the line. Jacob Schneider drifting to the left. The Wildcats in a double slot. Rock Harden and James Booker. Scott Fischer, the fullback. Handoff, Scott Fischer. Fischer blasted pretty good at the 30-yard line. No gain. Second down and 10, and that's the end of the first quarter. Our score after 1 quarter of football here at Blankenship Field. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats and the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett scoreless. Indians scoreless. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
That's the end of the first quarter.
No real surprise, an early lead for Sevier County as the Wildcats have it. Second down, actually looks like about 9 yards to go. The ball's at the 30-yard line. The second quarter, we had a scoreless first quarter. As Scott Hinton mentioned, we'll be keeping up with that score along with other scores tonight. We have a nice crowd on here at Blankenship Field. I'd like to have another nice crowd next week, but the only way that'll happen if Oak Ridge wins is to get William Blunt to knock off Sevier County somehow. If not, we might be at Sevier County next week if indeed Oak Ridge wins. Reed Casey splits out to the right. Jacob Schneider to the left. Double wing set once again, 2nd and 9. Porter Rolling to Rock Harden. Tries to turn the corner and gains about 5 or 6 yards to the 25-yard line, making it third down and about 5 yards to go.
Well, you know, you can also see the speed on the Kingsport side, too, David. That time, Rock Harden gets the ball on the jet play, and it looks like he's going to have clear sailing for a long gainer. All of a sudden, number 2 for them, Jermaine Carpenter, comes in, a sophomore, and makes the tackle.
It's actually third down and 6 yards to go. It's good to see Rock out there. It was the Dobyns-Bennett ball game where Rock suffered his fractured bone in his leg, and I'm sure he is glad to be out there against the Indians once again. Splitting out to the right is Sean Thomas, third down and 6. Adrian Porter rolling, looking, firing. There's a man free. It's Jacob Snyder. Touchdown, Oak Ridge! Jacob Snyder makes the catch. And the Wildcats lead it 6-0 with 11:14 to play in the first half.
Boy, outstanding throw, outstanding ball handling. It's a great play, David. That time they ran the bootleg to the left side of the field, and Jacob Snyder had run a flag route, became wide open, and all the things that the quarterback had to do was just lob it up there. Snyder makes the catch for the touchdown.
And into the game to attempt the extra point will come Aaron Hunt. The holder is Drew Walker. The Wildcats going for the extra point. Jacob Snyder scoring on the touchdown. A big senior catch for him. 6-0, 11:14 to play. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick by Hunt. It's good. 7-0 Oak Ridge. Back to Blankenship Field with a kickoff in 30 seconds. David Clary, Scott Munger, along with Scott Hinton and Paul Nazaravich back here at Blankenship Field. And kind of a sigh of relief here. It always makes you feel a little bit better when you get the lead.
Well, we've got a lot of game to play yet. There's just 11 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the second quarter, but I do feel a whole lot better. This is a good Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett team. They look a lot sharper. They look quicker, and their ball handling and their offensive line seems to really improved as well.
Those of you with radios and who are looking forward to the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett band playing as they normally do, they are not going to perform tonight. They only have their pet band, but they're extremely loud across the field. The kickoff will be Aaron Hunt. His last kickoff did not go into the end zone. Got injured, if you remember, before the Carnes ball game. Kicked off for the most part. And here is his kick. He drills this one high, long, into the end zone. That's a touchback. I thought it was funny that Graham Clark told me in his interview that Oak Ridge has a kicker that if he doesn't hit the scoreboard, something's wrong.
He is outstanding, David. He's just shown time in and time out. And we keep saying, I mean, that is a huge weapon. When you have them to start off on the 20-yard line with no momentum going into it, then, I mean, it just says works wonders, especially for your defense.
The last drive, we saw a great drive by the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians. They come to the line, everybody close in. Quarterback's running, still running, and now they're going to work it off to the left side. Kind of a trick play, breaks free. Drew Walker to beat it to the 50, and he can't get him. Down the field, now he's stumbling, and Sean Thomas blasts him at around the 23-yard line. I never saw the play. They all got all tight. I thought the quarterback had it, and number 2, Jermaine Carpenter, came out of a little trick play. The Dobyns-Bennett Indians, and they have the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line.
I had the binoculars on and got to see what they did. They ran a little shotgun, but instead of the quarterback being, 5 or 6 yards back, he was about 2 yards back. They snapped him the ball. He goes around and lays the ball on the ground. They hand it right behind number 2. Number 2 for them gets the ball and goes around the other side. It looks like Michael Teasley almost had him, but he broke free, and a huge gain for them.
To the 22-yard line, Dobyns-Bennett, first down, 10 yards to go, 7-0 Oak Ridge, 11 minutes to play in the first half. Vaughn under center, hands it to his tailback, who is tackled after a gain of a yard or two at the 20-yard line. The stop is made by Larry Grissom of the Wildcats. Resnick around the play as well. Adonis Johnson carries to actually officially the 22-yard line, so they only gave him about a yard. Second down, 9 yards to go. 10:42 to play, second quarter of football here at Blankenship Field, the second round of the playoffs. Oak Ridge and Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Dobyns-Bennett has eliminated Oak Ridge the last 2 years in the playoffs. The Wildcats trying to return the favor here in '99. Second down, 9 yards to go. I formation again. Vaughn at quarterback. Pitches to Johnson. Johnson turns the corner and gains yardage. Continues to move, but then is blasted to the 15. Stays in bounds. It'll be third down at about 2 yards to go. Wildcats come so close to nearly getting him. Parkinson makes the stop finally along with Resnick, but close to another first down, and he almost got to the sideline and took it in. That'll be third down at about 3. The ball is at the Oak Ridge 15-yard line. Exactly 10 minutes to play in the first half. 7-0. Oak Ridge on top. Here they come to the line once again. B.J. McClendon. Clendenin is the fullback. Adonis Johnson, the tailback. 2 receivers to the right. They need 3 for a first. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Handoff, Johnson. Johnson tackled, but he picks up a first down, and it might be first and goal as he brings the ball to around the, well, it's just outside the 10, so it'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Indeed, that is the case. The ball just shy of the 10, so they could perhaps pick up another first down around the 1-yard line. The Wildcat defense has given up a lot of yards on their previous drive, now trying to stop the Indian threat here that they stopped themselves the previous drive on a fumble. Nicholas Vaughn from the 10-yard line. Handoff. Notes quarterback pitching. Boom! Big stick. Another one at the 15-yard line. Who was it this time? It was Mr. number 3, Drew Walker. Blast Johnson in the backfield. It'll be a loss of about 5.
I think it was a good, really good play calling that time by the Oak Ridge defensive coordinator. Actually, when they ran the pitch, they had both the, it looks like the outside linebacker and one of the corners roll up and kind of do a stunt. So as soon as the running back got the ball, Drew Walker was there to blast him.
Walker did not get a chance to play against Kingsport the last time around with that shoulder broken bone in his shoulder. Second down, 15. Quarterback to pass. Looking, firing, pass deflected, incomplete, no flags. Third down, 15 yards to go. Just one of the first times, it might be the first time he's attempted to pass in the ball game. It's 3rd and 15. The ball back here at around the 17-yard line. 8:40 to play in the first half. 7-0 Oak Ridge on top. Nicholas Vaughn threw 2 interceptions the last time the two teams played. Ball's officially at the 15-yard line. 3rd down, 15 yards to go. The Wildcat crowd getting on their feet once again. It's a 7-0 lead for the Wildcats, with Dobyns-Bennett knocking on the door. They'll come from the eye. Receivers left and right. Vaughn under center from the 15. The pitch will go to Johnson. He breaks the first tackle. He breaks the second. Moves the ball for only about 3. It'll be 4th down. At the 13-yard line, the Wildcats make the stop, and what does Clark will do? Will they go for the field goal? He'll send the kick team into the ball game.
Yeah, I believe you just about have to here, David. They want some points on the board. It looks like the ball's about on the 18-yard line, but they're going to make that about a 30 or so yard field goal. I think that's a smart play right here.
The Wildcats on top, 7-0. The holder will be number 10, Scott Butler, their backup quarterback. They also have 2 men lined up here to the left. Here's the snap. It's low. Here's the kick. It's up. It's angling in. It is good. 7-3 our score. Back with a Kingsport kickoff following this 30-second timeout. So it looks like the winner of this ball game is going to be heading to Sevier County if that score stands as it is right now. 7-3 our score here. Oak Ridge on top. 8 minutes to play, and they're getting ready to kick off. Back to receive the kick. Looks like Booker back at the 10-yard line. Here it is. High kick, short. Booker should get a good return. He's backs up, fields it at the 5, to the 10, 15, 20. Oh, he is munched at the 23-yard line. Scored a touchdown on the kickoff last time, and this time he's hit pretty good. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for Oak Ridge. 7:58 to play, leading in this ball game, 7-3. Patrick Gee makes the stop for the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians, and here comes quarterback Adrian Porter to direct the Wildcat offense once again. Beautiful night here at Blankenship Field. Great turnout. Rock Harden splits out to the left. To the right goes Sean Thomas. Booker in the backfield, and Booker gets the call. There's a big hole, 25. Around the 30-yard line, gains about 7 on the play. It'll bring up second down, 3 yards to go. Good hole opened up on the left side by the Oak Ridge line. It'll be second down, then about 3. Wildcat play is coming in through Evan Smith. Adrian Porter at quarterback for the Wildcats. 7:35 to play. His team leading Dobyns-Bennett 7-3. Wildcats will break from the huddle, which the ball is resting just shy of the 30. Quarterback Porter under center with a slot man to the left. That's Rock Harden. Rock comes in motion. Scott Fischer standing fullback behind him. Quarterback rolling, handing it off to Fischer, and Fischer is tackled about a yard or so on the play, not much more than that. Sets up a 3rd down and long, really not too long, 3rd down and about 2. Ball just across the 30-yard line. Some slow going up the middle for the Wildcat fullback.
He really has. I think he's probably carried the ball about 5 times, probably doesn't have 10 or 12 yards total. It looks like he's running a little high, David. I think he needs to get his shoulder pads down a little bit lower to the ground. Maybe start punishing some of these guys.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. It'll be Oak Ridge coming to the line. The ball's at the 30. Jacob Snyder's going to drift off here to the left. Coverage on him by Gerald Sensenball. see if Porter runs the ball this time. Third down at about 3. No, it's James Booker turning the corner, turning the Jets, breaking free for a first down, and dragged out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Looked as if he had just turned on the Jets just a little bit sooner. He might have scored, but he has that great acceleration. He picks up the first down.
I'll tell you, David, it looked like he was trying to actually see if he could get a cutback. I think that's why he slowed down just for a second. I think he thought that he could cut back across the grain and pick up additional yards. I think he just went ahead and decided, I need the first down, and went ahead and turned the speed on, and Oak Ridge will get a first down at the 39-yard line.
Letting out to the right this time will go Booker. To the left is Reed Casey, I do believe. Porter under center from his own 39. 7-3 Oak Ridge on top. Now flag goes down. See if somebody moves. They're lined up offsides. Official says what? It's going to be against Oak Ridge, whatever it is. Backing them up. It'll be illegal procedure against Oak Ridge. I don't know if the center moved the ball. You
know what he may have done, David? He may have called that on Adrian Porter. It looked like when he said down, he really jerked and moved his head kind of up. And I don't think you can do that, and I think that may have called it on him.
It'll be first down and 15 now. Casey's going to split out to the right. Booker in a slot to the right as well. The Wildcats have Fischer and Harden in the backfield for Adrian Porter. Adrian hands it off to Rock. Here's the reverse to Booker. Looking for a hole, not a hole there. In fact, a flag goes down on the play, and we'll have to check the call. Look like we're going to have some kind of holding call on Aaron Volk, perhaps, as the ball is it is going to be a clip against the Wildcats, and they'll back them up. If they elect to take the penalty, then I'm sure they will. Coach Clark signaling, yes, let's go ahead and take the penalty. Well, they haven't said it yet. Officials looking at it. And indeed, they're going to step the penalty yardage off. I think that's probably a very wise move, as they'll back the Wildcats even back further. Oak Ridge is on top 7-3, but this drive is going backwards here. The Wildcats have had 2 penalties now, and they're back to the 15-yard line, where it's now first down. But the bad news is they have to go about all the way to the 49-yard line for a first down. It'll be ball at the 15-yard line, moving from right to left, 6:15 and counting in the first half, 7-3 Oak Ridge. We're live at Blankenship Field, and the game you're listening to live on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. You can watch the replay sponsored by Tin Bank at 12 noon on Saturday. Quarterback Porter from the 15, rolling to his right, lots of pressure, running, gets away, and then is sacked. Back at the 11-yard line, big loss on the play, so right now the Wildcats going backwards. It'll be second down. Josh Watts drops him for a big loss. They're getting lots of penetration in on Porter.
Well, they really are, and they're definitely going the wrong way. It looks like now it's going to bring up about second and almost 40 yards there. It looks like 30, maybe 37 yards. They've got a long way to go, but hey, they've got 3 more plays to do it.
Actually, it's third down and 39 yards to go, as now the officials are coming over to talk about perhaps, or indeed, what down it is. That might be the case, what they're talking about. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Talk to official, you know, this is good. They're talking about it. They want to make sure they get it right, and they're talking about it down at the 13-yard line. That makes for a good crew.
Yeah, I believe that is good, and they've changed it to second down. They actually had run 3 plays, but 2 of those were penalties, so that would come back and make this second down.
Oak Ridge on top 7-3 as Evan Smith's going to bring in a new play. Wildcats need to get to around midfield for a first down. They have the ball at the 12-yard line, their own 12, up 7-3, but they have some couple plays, like you said, they pick up that first down. Rock Harden's going to split out to the right, Booker to the left in the double slot. Once again, Fischer, the running back. Quarterback hands it off, James Booker. Booker across the 20, up to around the 21-yard line. Gets a little breathing room, but it's going to be third down and long, facing the Wildcats. Rashid Dunn down there on the stop. It'll bring up third down in an eternity. Ball's at the 21-yard line. It's well over 25 yards to go. Might even be 30 as Sean Thomas brings in the play from the sideline once again. They're at the 21. They need to get up to around the 49-yard line. It's third down, 29 yards to go. Penalties on this drive, killing Oak Ridge. Let's see if they can pick up a big play. Adrian Porter under center. Booker comes in motion. Adrian the pass. Has some time. Scrambling. Firing. Rock Harden complete. Rock makes a move in the middle of the field. Moves the ball across the 30 to around the 33-yard line. It'll be fourth down. The Wildcats will be forced to punt. But Trey has a little bit more room to get the Wildcats out of poor field position.
Well, they did. I guess they had 2 real positive plays that time. Looks like Rock may be holding his shoulder as he's coming off the field. They maybe just be a little angry at himself. But it does give Oak Ridge a lot more room to work with.
Totally different ball game this time around. Oak Ridge on top 7-3. It was a high-scoring game the last time as Trey doesn't get a good punt. It's a low line drive, returnable kick by Henry. He's at the 35, 40. Been hit hard by Michael Resnick at the 45-yard line. Low line drive kick that time by Trey McDonald, and Henry moves the ball to his own 45, and Resnick takes him down hard.
I tell you what, you give me a football team, if I'm going to start, I'm going to pick Michael Resnick on my first pick. He is such an outstanding ball player, David. Not only does he play a great linebacker, he's on the kickoff teams, makes the tackles on the kickoff, and that time right there, he came from nowhere. It looks like the returner was going to get a good return, and all of a sudden, come from nowhere, Michael Resnick.
Low-scoring ball game, 7-3. Our score is 3:48 to play first half. I formation, the ball's to the 45. Vaughn under center. Back to pass. Looking. Here comes pressure. Down the field, there's a man wide open. He makes the catch. At the 20-yard line, lucky he didn't go for a touchdown. Almost as if Sean stopped on the play, and then they looked up and the ball was coming his way. It's a big game for Dobyns-Bennett.
Well, he did stop. It looked at almost as if he thought that he was going to pick the ball off, and then the ball just kind of sailed over his head. He was actually in good position until he stopped, and then that created a little bit of separation, and they're knocking on the door with 3:35 left to go in this first half. They've got the ball right on the 20-yard line.
Most of the game has been played on this side of the field. They've only put 3 points on the board. A fumble hurt their cause on their first drive. 1st and 10, the ball at the Oak Ridge 20. Pitch will go to Johnson. Johnson is stood up by Resnick, and a host of Wildcats after a yard or so. Not much more than that. It'll be 2nd and 9. Jeff Norman down there. Rittenberry down there on the stop as well. 3 minutes to play in the first half. It'll be 2nd down, 8 yards to go. 7-3, Oak Ridge on top. A nail-biter here. The winner advances. The loser ends their season. Dobyns-Bennett. Let's see. I think they have probably all of their timeouts, as do the Wildcats. Ball's at the 19-yard line. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. 2:50 and counting. 2 receivers split out to the right. Nicholas Vaughn at quarterback. Fullback gets the call. Bust free. Runs into his own man, or he might have taken it. He moves the ball to the 12-yard line where he's pushed back. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. Reed Casey out there on the stop. Ran into the backside of his own man, or he might have taken that all the way in. 3rd down and a yard to go. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Seems like all the game has been played on this end of the field, but so far the defense has only given up 3. Dobyns-Bennett's going to have to call a timeout. I don't think they're sure exactly what they want to do. Let's send it back to Scott Hinton. 2:15 to play first half. 7-3 Oak Ridge. Back in 30 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field on AM 1290 WATO. David Clary, Scott Munger, Scott Hinton, Paul Nazarevich. At halftime on the radio, I'll be speaking to Jim McNamee, the head coach of the state champion Lady Wildcats and the 3rd place boys finishing cross-country team. That'll be immediately at halftime. 2:15 to play. Dobyns-Bennett to the line. They need about a yard for a first. Bruce Lussier, the head coach and defensive coordinator, coming off the field. The Wildcats up the line defensively, trying to stop Dobyns-Bennett at least on this play to keep them from getting a first down. Wishbone formation. Vaughn under center. Handoff fullback. Boom. Blasted. No first down. Push back. 4th down and a yard to go. Josh Rittenberry makes a stop, and let's see what they elect to do. They need that same amount of yardage, about a yard. No decision as of right now for Clark. 7-3 our score. Dobyns-Bennett needs, actually they lost a yard on the play. It'll be 4th down and 2.
I really feel like they should kick the ball game right here, David. You know, if they don't get the ball, they have no momentum at all. I think if they go ahead and kick a field goal here, then they're going to halftime down 7-6.
Oak Ridge crowd coming to their feet. 4th down and 2. They'll come to the backfield split. Quarterback under center. They need 2 yards for a first. It's 4th and 2. Handoff. No, it's the quarterback running, and he dives forward. Resnick finishes him off, but he has a first down. It's 1st and goal for the Dobyns-Bennett Indians with 1:28 to play. Nice play for Nicholas Vaughn. So they're all the way down to the 8-yard line, threatening to take a lead on the Wildcats. Ball is officially at the 8. 1:28 to play, and the clock is ticking. First down, goal to go. Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett as they move from left to right, trailing Oak Ridge 7-3. Receivers left and right. They'll come from the eye. Quarterback is Nicholas Vaughn, 6'2", 190-pounder. He's under center at the 8. Pitch will go to the tailback. Stumbles, breaks free. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. They score. with Adonis Johnson taking it in. Somebody came in strong, couldn't wrap him up, and they take it in for a touchdown, and they take the lead, 9-7.
Hey, what? The defensive end came in strong on a stunt, and it looked to me like Adonis Johnson had actually put his knee down on the ground, David. Evidently he didn't, but it sure looked from up here that he did that.
They'll go for the extra point once again. 9-7 Kingsport. High snap this time. Lots of pressure to kick us up, though, and it is good. 10-7 Kingsport. 1:05 to play. Back with their kickoff following this 60-second timeout. Here's the kickoff. It's a high pop-up kick, very short. It's going to be fielded by Oak Ridge. Julian Stevens, 20, to the 30-yard line, to the 32, and that's where Oak Ridge will take over. First down, 10 yards to go, trailing 10-7 with 59 seconds to play. Do the Wildcats try to get the ball up the field, or they go to the end zone or the locker room down 3? We'll have to see as the Wildcats come onto the field once again with their offense. Previous drive, too many penalties, which have not really plagued the Wildcats as of late, but definitely hurt the Wildcats on that last drive. Here they come to the line. Splitting out to the left is Sean Thomas. In a slot to the left is Rock Harden. To the right is James Booker. Outside of him is Scott Fischer. Booker comes in motion. Porter to pass. Running now. 30. Makes a cut. Needs to get outside. And is going to be dragged down. A yard or two at most on the play. 50 seconds to play. Second down and 8.
It's a bad decision that time, David. He looked like he had some room if he would have gone outside. Especially you're trying to work the clock. You know, you want to go outside if there's nothing else to stop the clock, go out of bounds. That time he thought he might have saw something back toward the middle of the field and went that way and got, he did pick up a yard, but that's about it.
34 seconds and counting. The Wildcats have it second down and 9 yards to go. The ball at their own 33. 27 seconds and holding now. The clock is stopped. Now it goes to 22. It's skipping seconds as the clock ticking down. It's 18 seconds now. Second down and 9. Adrian hands it off to Scott Fischer. Fischer 35, 40, dives for a first down to the 45, but there's only 9 seconds to play, and the clock is malfunctioning out there. 9 seconds. The clock is malfunctioning. It's skipping 2 and 3 seconds, and a timeout is going to be asked for by Oak Ridge. Only 9 seconds, though, on the clock.
Well, there may be a little bit more than that. Like you said, it went from like 27 straight to 22, and then it went to 18, David. So there may be actually a little bit more time than 9 seconds.
Ball is at the 45-yard line. I don't know if anybody else saw that but me. The scoreboard is actually wrong now. Now they changed it back. It was 10-8. It's now back to 10-7, which is the real score. Kingsport on top of Oak Ridge. The Wildcats with 9 seconds to play. The offensive staff out there talking with the Oak Ridge offense. The ball's at the Oak Ridge 45, so the Wildcats need a big play right here. Let's see what they elect to do. Ron Gray, the offensive coordinator, has given the play to his team, and off the field he'll come along with the student assistants who are out on the field as well. 9 seconds to play. The Oak Ridge band will be playing at halftime. I'll be speaking to Coach Jim McNamee, head coach of the state champion Lady Wildcat cross country team. That's coming up here in a few short moments. We'll also have scores of other ball games. We'll also have statistics as the Wildcats come to the line. Splitting to the left side, Sean Thomas. Double wing set once again. Fischer, the lone running back. Handoff goes to Rock. Here comes the handoff once again, and then that's going to be it. 4 seconds. They handed it back to Booker. 3 seconds on the clock. Timeout is asked for by Oak Ridge.
Hey, David, it looks like once Booker got the ball in the double reverse, it looks like he may have tripped over his own man. That was a good play. I think he had a lot of running room out there.
It's now second down and about 12 yards to go. The Wildcats trailing 10-7. 3 seconds to play. Wildcats, let's see if they like to go down the field with it. No play as of yet. Now Sean Thomas is going to come in. Only 3 seconds to go in the first half, so this is it, barring a penalty of some sort. Ball's at the 42-yard line, a long field to drive. I'm sure Dobyns-Bennett's going to back up and some kind of prevent. They're not going to allow a big play. They might give up a short play. For the Wildcats' quickness, they've got quickness to match Oak Ridge back there, so Wildcats are going to have to get a little lucky, I guess, as well. Coach Gray is off the field once again. See what Oak Ridge comes up with here. 3 seconds to play. Second down, 12 yards to go. The Wildcats trailing Kingsport 10-7, nearly halftime. Adrian Porter under center from his own 42. And Adrian goes to one knee, and that's the end of the first half. So our score after one half of football, the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats trail up by a score of 10-7.
Well, David, I honestly think the penalties on, the first quarter, I think, was kind of a stalemate, and then penalties really killed Oak Ridge on that last drive. Not only did they not be able to produce anything offensively, it put them in the hole. I guess once Kingsport got the ball, it was, around midfield, they throw one long pass, and all of a sudden they're down to 20 and didn't really even have to work for it.
The ceremony at the center of the field, Michael Resnick, along with the Dobyns-Bennett captain, and we're just moments away from the start of the second half. The Wildcats will be receiving the kick. They trail 10-7.
Well, Oak Ridge gets the ball, like you said, David, and it's not imperative that they do something and get some points here, but you would like to see them really click on offense and at least go down and establish good field position, maybe that even if they did have the punt, they could pin Kingsport way back in their own territory.
And the Wildcats are going to get James Booker back to receive the kick. Kind of wondering if Dobyns-Bennett might try a little trickery of their own, maybe an onside kick to start things off. That would be kind of exciting, something that Graham Clark, I'm sure, has been known to do things like that before. The Wildcats standing with Booker back at the 10-yard line, 10-7 the score, and they're getting ready to kick off. Into the game to kick for them will be, and there's that name I blew the last time he kicked, Adam Den-Bagria. And he'll be kicking off for Dobyns-Bennett. They'll be kicking from left to right. Booker standing back at around the 15-yard line. Let's see if they try to kick it to him. Third quarter about set. Dobyns-Bennett on top, 10-7. And one of these two teams will end their season here in about 24 minutes of playing football. And the Dobyns-Bennett band's fired up. The Oak Ridge band's getting fired up. Here's the kickoff. He hits it well this time. Booker backing up. Fields it at the 5. James Booker, 10, 15, 20. That's where he's tackled. James Booker tackled at the 20-yard line. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. And the Oak Ridge offense is onto the field. The center will be Chris Johnson. The guards, Eichen and Don Guerra. Also, the tackles will be Volk and Kimbrough. Wildcat tight end is Jacob Schneider. The running backs are Harden, Booker, and Fischer. The receiver in the ballgame presently is Sean Thomas, and he'll split out to the left side. Oak Ridge moving from right to left. Coverage on him by Carl Curton. First and 10, Oak Ridge at the 20. Porter pitches. Rock Harden, 20. Tackled at the 24-yard line, gain of 4 or 5 yards. It'll be second down and about 5 yards to go. A little quick pitch that time to Rock Harden.
Yeah, it's a new little wrinkle we haven't seen in a few weeks, actually. Just nothing but a quick little toss, trying to get one of the running backs on the corners quickly. That time he probably one block shy of really making a long game, but he picks up about 5 yards. They'll take that any day of the week.
Dobyns-Bennett leads 10-7 here with 11:27 to play in the third quarter. Porter under center. Receivers left and right. Adrian, handoff. Scott Fischer, 30, 35, runs into a man hard, and it's a first down run. It's a gain of about 10, but Fischer met somebody, number 2, Jermaine Carpenter, and he stood him straight up. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats as Fischer moves it to the 35.
It's an outstanding job by the offensive line that time, David. From up here, you could see just a tremendous hole. They faked the sweep on the right side and actually came back with a fullback on the trap, something you don't see a whole lot. Great execution by the line.
First and 10, Oak Ridge. Wildcats with a double wing set. Rock comes in motion. Sneak by the quarterback. 40. Adrian Porter gets to the outside. There he goes. 50, 45, 40, 35. Dragged down to the 30-yard line. Great little run and a great little play for the Wildcat offensive coaching staff. First and 10, Wildcats.
Wow, David, how many times do you see a quarterback sneak, maybe one of your best plays of the night? That time just lowers his head and runs the quarterback sneak, and then actually sees some daylight, breaks it free to the left side, and one of the, it may have been a receiver, or one, it may have been even Scott Fischer, was downfield, made a good block, and allowed Porter to get free.
A timeout has been charged to one of the teams. Let's see off the scoreboard it goes. It's a 10-7 lead. The timeout is asked for. Wildcat quarterback is Adrian Porter. The offensive coordinator is Ron Gray. He's out in the center of the field. The Wildcats with it at the Dobyns-Bennett 31-yard line, moving from right to left. First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats have marched down to the 30. Some big plays. One, a good run by Fischer. Another, a good run by the quarterback, Adrian Porter. I believe Adrian's okay. Might have got his bell rung down there, and I think Coach Gray just wanted to talk to him a little bit, and Wildcats break from the huddle, but the training staff for the managers out there for Dobyns-Bennett are still on the field. Wildcats split out Reed Casey to the left, wide to the right side, Rock Harden, Fischer, and Booker in the backfield. Wildcats at the 31-yard line of Dobyns-Bennett, trailing Kingsport 10-7. Third quarter. Up to the line will come Adrian Porter. Adrian will roll, looking, fires, complete. James Booker spins, to the 25-yard line, gain of 5 or 6 yards. It'll be second and about 4. Wildcats got the pass to Booker out of the backfield. Remember the first game, Scott Fischer had a field day out of the backfield catching passes. Yet to throw one to him. Had a big long pass play to Jacob Schneider for a touchdown early on in the ball game. The Wildcats only score. 10:26 to play. The ball's at the Indian 25-yard line. Up to the line will come Oak Ridge. Sean Thomas splits to the right. Slot man right is James Booker. Porter under center. Booker comes in motion and flag goes down on the play. Might be against Oak Ridge. I think Sean might have jumped off sides. Wildcats got hurt badly on penalties on one of their last drives where they had to go backwards. Ended up being about second down at about 40. This is going to cost them 5. It'll bring up second down, 9 yards to go. You can't make penalties like that against good teams.
No, absolutely not. You know, you think the 5 yards, not that big of a deal, but now instead of 2nd and 5 and really a good play, a good down a distance to really do just about anything you want to, all of a sudden now it's 2nd and 9.
10-10 to play in the third quarter. Wildcats to line. Booker splitting out to the left. Backfield split. They need 9 yards. Porter to pass. Looking. There's a man open. Pass is complete to James Booker at the 16-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats.
Well, that was pretty, David. They just rolled out to the left, and we actually had 2 receivers. Looked like the tight end had run a long out route, and then Booker had just run a little flat route. Both of those guys were open. He hits Booker in the flats and picks up a first down. Oak Ridge is on the 17-yard line, David.
Up to the line they'll come. Splitting out to the right is Sean Thomas. 10-7 Kingsport on top of Oak Ridge. 9:57 to play. Fischer, the lone running back, double wing set. Rock Harden in motion. Rolling, pitching. Here's Rock Harden. 10. He dives to the 3, to the 1. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. Rock Harden scores. 9:47 to play in the third quarter, and Oak Ridge is retaking the lead.
Boy, it's an exciting play, David. Great play by Porter. Runs the option on the other side and kind of dips inside and then makes a great pitch. And Rock Harden also makes a good move about the 5-yard line to free himself to go into the end zone.
13-10, Oak Ridge on top. To attempt the extra point, Aaron Hunt. The holder is Drew Walker. 13-10 the score. Here come the Wildcats getting ready for the extra point. What a electrified crowd we had on the score by Rock. Hunt to give Oak Ridge hopefully a 4-point lead. 13-10, low snap. Kick is up. Hunt boots it. It's good. 14-10 Oak Ridge back for the kickoff in 30 seconds. Back here at Blankenship Field, the Wildcats getting ready to kick off. Great drive for the Wildcats, about 80 yards.
Oh, excellent drive, David. Actually, it had mixed up. You know, Scott Fischer made contributions. Porter threw the ball well. Booker ran the ball a couple times. And then the touchdown by Rock Harden. Really mixed it up well. Excellent drive that time by the Wildcats.
Career touchdown number 23 for Rock Harden. How many did you have, Scott?
I had 24, David.
He's coming up closely behind you. Hopefully he'll pass you tonight. Oak Ridge to kick off, and boy, the crowd is just going nuts down in front, making lots of noise as Hunt kicks off. High, long, driving into the end zone, the checkerboard, and out of the end zone. And Dobyns-Bennett will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. And this crowd, outstanding tonight here at Blankenship Field.
Oh, by far the best. I don't know if it's the most people we've had here, but it's definitely been the most vocal. And Kingsport, you look across the way, and they've brought a lot of people as well.
14-10, Oak Ridge on top of the Indians. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Incidentally, that timeout earlier was charged to Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett, so they have 2. The Wildcats have all 3 of theirs. 9:47 to play. First down, 10 yards to go for Kingsport. 2 receivers split out to the left. Nicholas Vaughn at quarterback, Adonis Johnson the tailback. Quarterback to pass. Little screen pass complete. They hit him in the backfield, and he loses a yard or 2. Screen pass goes nowhere. Number 18 out there on the stop.
That was a great play. I can't really tell who it was out there, David. It may have been Drew Walker that they threw the little screen pass, and Drew or whoever it was got beyond the blocker and wrapped up the receiver to make an excellent play by a loss of about a half yard.
Sean Thomas out there as well. It'll be second down, 11. 9:20 and counting in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 14-10. They trailed for the first time this season at halftime. 2 receivers split out to the right. from the I. Second down and 11. Nicholas Vaughn from his own 19. The pitch will go to Johnson on the short side of the field. Boom! Big stick again. At the line of scrimmage, they blast him. Only a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 10.
Well, David, they ran the sweep to the left side that time. He tried to cut back, and there was probably 4 or 5 Wildcats that hit him. I believe Josh Rittenberry was probably the first. Michael Resnick was probably the second one, but several people hit him at the same time. Brings up, looks like third and a long 9 yards. Big play right here for the Wildcats. They need the ball back.
Wildcats get a nickel back in the ball game, and Julian Stevens joining Reed Casey, James Booker, Sean Thomas, and Drew Walker. Third down, 9 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right. I formation once again from the 21. Vaughn, the pass. He's in trouble. Sacked, baby! The Wildcats hit him hard, and they sack him back to the 15-yard line, and they're going to punt the ball away.
Well, excellent play that time. I believe it was Josh Rittenberry. May have been Nathan Farquharson in on the sack. I believe it was Rittenberry. David, outstanding. Is exactly what the doctor called for, and hopefully Oak Ridge will get the ball back in good field position and take it in for another score.
Wildcats drop back. James Booker and Sean Thomas to midfield. They'll be punting from the 2-yard line. 14-10, Oak Ridge on top. 7:56 to play, third quarter. Fourth down, 15. Good snap. High, wobbly punt. Wildcats field it. Sean Thomas, 50. Sean Thomas, 45. Sean Thomas, 43. First down, 10 yards to go in Dobyns-Bennett territory, and here comes the offense. Let's put another 6 on the board, guys. With 7:41 to play, they'll have it first and 10.
You know what's really funny, David? Look at the offense. The offense is already out on the field. As soon as the punt was over, the whole offense just sprints onto the field. They're really wanting it, David. They're wanting to get in this ball game and make a huge difference right here. A score here is huge.
And the Wildcats are on the field offensively. The officials are set. First and 10 at the Dobyns-Bennett 43. Adrian Porter, under center Chris Johnston. The Wildcats have a full house backfield. Not too sure of the play. The Wildcats are going to get lined up, and now Porter looks over to the sidelines, and the coaching staff says, let's call a timeout. Let's not blow it right here. We don't want to get backed up 5 yards and not sure of the play. It'll be timeout number 1 called. Let's go back to the station to Scott Hinton to scores of other ball games. So it looks like Sevier County headed to a victory, and they'll host their ball game, whether it be Oak Ridge, whether it be Dobyns-Bennett. The upper East Tennessee bracket, actually, according to the bracket, is it's their turn to host the third round. The only way Oak Ridge would host it would be if William Blunt were to win that ball game, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I didn't catch that score, David. What was it?
I think he says 24-7 still.
Okay, yeah, it looks like Sevier County is going to win that ball game. And like I said, Oak Ridge has got to pull this one out, make a nice little trip to Sevier County next Friday night.
Backfield split, first and 10 Oak Ridge at the Kingsport 43, 14-10 the Wildcats on top. Junior quarterback Adrian Porter under center. Booker comes in motion. Adrian for a while, hands it to Rock. Rock moves for 2, not much more than that. Tackled by the left side of the Dobyns-Bennett line. Gets a rise out of the Dobyns-Bennett crowd, which came late and kind of filled up. It's not a great Dobyns-Bennett turnout, but it's not bad at all.
It's a pretty nice crowd, David. You look at across the way, it's probably the biggest turnout that we've had for an opposing team this year.
Second down, 9 yards to go. I would agree with that. 14-10, the Wildcats lead, but we have a lot of time to go. Still 7-11 to play. The Wildcats come to the line. Reed Casey splits to the right. James Booker to left. Coverage on him. Gerald Simpson ball. It's man-to-man. Pitch will go to Rock Harden. Rock to the outside and tackled. Thought he was going to get farther than that. One man to beat Kevin McMillan, and he didn't beat him. It'll be a gain on the play of a couple. It'll be third down and long. The Wildcats with the ball at the 42-yard line. Great field position. You'd hate to think the Wildcats would throw this field position away. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Well, it's an outstanding play by McMillan. I believe he's been playing the free safety for them. I believe he's probably the younger brother of I believe it's Jeff McMillan that played last year. That was really a fantastic football player.
Here comes Oak Ridge to the line. They need about 8. 6:28 to play, third quarter. Adrian under center. Rolling, looking, has some time, breaking down the field. There's Booker! Touchdown! No, he drops it. Oh, man alive. He was in the end zone. It was his, nobody around him. And unfortunately, James can't hold on to it, and the Wildcats will be forced to punt. Oh, big play right there.
Huge play, David. You wouldn't think James would do something like that as sure-handed as he is. He just took his eyes off the ball just for a second, and you know he's kicking himself outstanding pass. Looks like as soon as Porter had thrown the ball, he got hit. That really would have been a game breaker.
We'll see what Oak Ridge does here. They're punting, 4th down and 8. McDonald to punt. Jacob Schneider to snap, I believe, in a moment. Wildcats, they might take a penalty here. Got to get a little bit more room for Trey, or maybe to jump out. They're just standing in position. And now the Wildcats are going to take that 5-yard penalty, so that'll back them up just a little bit. Oh, what a tough play for Pearl James. He's been so outstanding all year long, and you can't fault him, really. Just a tough play.
Well, you know, you take up, and we'll call that a bad play, you take that one bad play that he's had this year for all of the many good plays. There's no way in the world you can say anything bad about it.
The Wildcats are going to fake it. Here comes Porter. Porter's running. Wildcats are not going to make it. They're going to get to the 40-yard line. They fake the punt, and they're going to have great field position. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Let's see how this one's going to come back to hurt the Wildcats, or maybe not. But, you know, they've got it at the 40-yard line. Just great field position.
David, you can't certainly fault them for faking a punt, but I've never seen them take a delay of game penalty and then come back and take a punt.
We'll see what Kingsport does here. Little momentum on their part. Up the line they'll come from the 40-yard line. I formation. 2 receivers split to the right. Vaughn under center. He'll roll. He'll look. He's coming in with pressure. There's a wide open man, but the throw is overthrown. And who in the world was covering big number 91? Looked like green grass covering. Nobody else around him. That was Jamar Sensenball, tight end, 6'3", 220-pounders. That was a touchdown if Vaughn delivers the pass.
Well, it really was. And you look at Sean Thomas after he came over to cover. He just he throws his arms up like, okay, what happened here? Who blew the coverage? And obviously that was a miscommunication on somebody's part. Thank goodness for the Wildcats, they didn't complete the long pass.
Up to the line they'll come. 2nd down, 10. Oak Ridge on top, 14-10. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. From the 40-yard line of Dobyns-Bennett. Quarterback pitching. Boom! There's a fumble. Oak Ridge is going to get it. Michael Ramsnick's running. He's running down the sideline. He's tackled at the 30. First down, 10 yards to go, Oak Ridge.
Somebody came in with a big hit, David. I'm not really sure who it was, but the pitch man, the ball, as soon as the pitch man got it, he fumbled it, and I think it was Resnick who picks the ball up and runs. So there you go, another turnover, and the fake punt doesn't hurt Oak Ridge at all.
Was it Drew Walker who made the hit down there?
It may have been, David. It's hard for me to see. I was looking at Resnick going to get the ball. Didn't really see who caused the fumble.
So the Wildcats have it, first down, 10 yards to go at the 32-yard line, 5:53 to play, 3rd quarter. What an exciting start to the 2nd half. Oak Ridge on top, 14-10. Up the line they'll come. Fischer, Booker, Harden in the backfield. Single receiver to the right. Rock Harden comes in motion. Handoff, left side. James Booker, he fumbles it, but recovers. At the 27-yard line, gains about 5 on it. It'll be 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. James scaring me up here in the press box. 2nd down and about 5.
Well, thank goodness that, he picks up 5 yards, which is kind of hard to believe after he fumbles the ball like that. But he fumbles the ball going through the line and jumps on it. And like I said, Oak Ridge picks up 5 yards, brings up 2nd and 5.
Up to the line of scrimmage will come Oak Ridge. Evan Smith splits out to the right side. To the left side is Rock Harden. Up to the line they'll come. Off center, off to the right is one of the backs. Handoff goes Fischer. Fischer to the 25, to the 24-yard line. Shy of a first by about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Once again, they hand the ball off to Fischer, and it'll be 3rd down, as I mentioned, about 3 yards to go. 5 minutes to play with Oak Ridge on top, 14-10. Paul Nazarovich will have our statistics at the end of the ball game. Hope you'll stay tuned for player interviews, and also Coach Bruce Lussier will be with us as well. Splitting out to the right, tight end Jacob Schneider. To the left will go Sean Thomas. Wildcats need 3 for a first down. Adrian Porter under center. Handoff. Here comes the reverse play. No, it's Booker running. Booker 20. Booker, first down, 10 yards to go. Takes the handoff, picks up the first down. The Wildcats have another first down inside the Dobyns-Bennett 20.
Well, I'll tell you what, David, they actually came out and they faked the double reverse. And I believe that fake was just enough to keep some of the defenders off of Booker as he was going through. It looks like he was going to get caught for no gain. Once he faked the ball, I think it kind of froze all the defenders and enabled him to slip in another 3 or 4 yards to get the first down.
Reed Casey splits out to the right. Jacob Schneider to the left. 4.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, 14-10. Oak Ridge on top. Adrian under center. Handoff. Fischer. Fischer 15, 10. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Scott Fischer scores. The Wildcats 10. Scott Fischer takes it in.
Well, David, there was people moving all over the place that time. It's hard to believe who was going to get the ball, and all of a sudden Fischer gets the ball, and then right about the 5-yard line, the free safety comes over, and the first time I've seen Scott Fischer actually try to run away from somebody, he usually tries to run over him. That time he made the right decision, tried to run away from him, and scores a touchdown.
Aaron Hunt to attempt the extra point. The holder will be Drew Walker. Scott Fischer, touchdown number 10 here in 1999. 20-10, the Wildcats in the lead. 4:20 to play, the ball's down. The kick is up, and Hunt's kick is good. 21-10, Oak Ridge back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. Hunt! Oh, my God!
Aaron Hunt will kick off for the Wildcats. He is Jermaine Carpenter and Chris Henry.
Thanks a lot, Scott. We're live on AM 1290 WATO. Scott Fischer has just scored a touchdown for Oak Ridge. And the Wildcats, which trailed for the first time all season at the half, have put 2 touchdowns on the board here in the third quarter to take a 21-10 lead over Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. An electrified crowd here tonight for the second round of the TSSAA playoffs. Here's Aaron Hunt's kick. He booms it high, long. What is it going to go? It's going to go all the way back to the backside of the end zone onto the red and white checkerboard. It'll be 1st and 10, Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. So once again, turnovers, which played Kingsport in the first game, have come back to hurt them. Here in this one, they now trail 21-10, but oh, there is so much time left in this football game. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. Up to the line will come Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Quarterback is Nicholas Vaughn. Adonis Johnson is the tailback. The fullback for them, B.J. Clendenin. Up to the line, 2 receivers, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Vaughn hands it. Johnson, boom! He's blasted again. Behind the line of scrimmage, it might have been Ben Hill, might have been Norman, might have been Resnick. It doesn't matter. They're in red, and the Wildcats dropping for a loss.
David, I believe actually it was Grissom that was in there first, may have been Norman as well. David, this team right here, boy, they're as fired up as I've seen them all year long.
The Wildcats have been eliminated by Kingsport 2 consecutive years. The Wildcats trying to return the favor and split, or actually sweep the series here in 99. 3:48 to play, 21-10 Oak Ridge. Backfield from the eye once again. 2 receivers split out to the right. Vaughn under center from the 19-yard line, 2nd and 11. Nick Vaughn up the sideline, breaks a tackle, gains about 5. To the 25-yard line, Grissom down there, might have been around the play initially, and then was finished off by the Wildcats at around the 26. It'll be 3rd down 4. Jeff Norman again on the stop as well. Let's see what Dobyns-Bennett elects to do here. 3:20 and counting in the third quarter. 21-10 Oak Ridge on top. The Wildcats trying to go 12-0 on the year and trying to beat Dobyns-Bennett for the second time here in 1999. 2 receivers split to the left. I formation for Vaughn. At his own 26-yard line, they're moving from left to right. Vaughn under center forever. Rolling, wanting to run. Turns. He's hit by Julian Stevens. He's dropped. But boy, it is close to a first down. Depending on whether they give him the spot. Where is the spot? If it's on the 30, it's a first down. It's a first down right at the 30-yard line. Julian grabbed him and just couldn't quite hurl him down behind that 30. It'll be 1st and 10 Dobyns-Bennett.
I have to agree with the fans, David. I think he got a very generous spot. Looks like Julian Stevens had tackled him about the 29-yard line. He drove, but it didn't appear to me that he got across the 30-yard line.
Up to the line will come Kingsport. 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Now Vaughn wants to use his second timeout. They're down to 1 timeout. Let's send it back to Scott Hinton. We'll be back. Oak Ridge on top, 21-10, back in 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm not much they used to work for Lady Laws.
They're
24-14. 24.
Back here at Blankenship Field, 1st and 10 Dobyns-Bennett. Ball's at the 30. I formation. Vaughn to pass. Pass is complete out here to Henry. Breaks the tackle at the 45. Booker tried to grab him. Now Resnick finishes him off at the 46. First down, 10 yards to go. Booker was out there defending. Nice pass that time for Vaughn to Henry. It's another first down for Kingsport.
You can tell what kind of speed he has. Number 3, it looks like Chris Henry. David, he makes the move on Booker and then outruns Booker to the corner, and actually you can tell he's got a lot of speed when you can outrun James Booker.
The winner of this game will take on the winner of that William Blount Sevier County ball game next Friday night. Backfield, once again, double wing, single running back, the fullback behind the quarterback, Vaughn. 1st and 10 at the 45. Quarterback running, moving the ball forward and gains 2 or 3 yards, breaks a tackle, still on his way. Now the Wildcats finally bring him down. Well, he's tough. Tough. It took about 5 red shirts to bring him down, and they finally did. It'll be a gain on the play of about 2, 2nd down 8. Rittenberry, Hill, Norman, and one of the Wildcats, I think it's Resnick, he might be cramping up, and Dr. McMahon and the training staff out to look at him. Wildcats, it is indeed a cramp for Michael Resnick. He's going to have to come out of the game. 1:38 to play in the 3rd quarter. What a crowd we've had here tonight, and what a second half. The Wildcats were down for the first time all season long, 10-7. Came out here and they put 2 quick touchdowns on the board to take a 21-10 lead.
It was unreal, you know, especially when you think that they had the ball pinned down and actually took a delay of game penalty, and it comes back on the next play and fakes a punt, and then Kingsport holds them, gets the ball back, and on the next play they fumble. It's been an unbelievable second half so far.
Resnick comes out of the ball game, cramped up just a little bit. He'll come over to the sideline. The Wildcats have Michael Teasley in there. Ben Sheets comes in for Resnick. Jeff Norman's in there. The Wildcats put about 6 on the line. Backfield, once again, double slot once again. In motion comes Johnson. Quarterback pitches to Adonis. Norman tries to grab him. Somebody does. He gains about 2. Adonis Johnson is tackled at around the 50-yard line once again by Drew Walker, and Drew has been all over the field tonight. Outstanding defensive night for Drew Walker, who didn't get a chance to play the first time they got a chance to play each other.
Well, you know, you really don't know how much you missed him until this game right here. He has just played an outstanding game. They're really trying to go wide on the option play, and every time they do, not every time, but the majority of the time they do, Drew Walker or one of the quarterbacks is up to step up to make the tackle.
3rd down, 5 yards to go. The ball just at the midfield line. 2 receivers to the right. Vaughn under center. Wildcats have 4 on the front. Vaughn will roll and run and be blasted. No first down. 4th down and 2. Wildcats hit him. It might have been a linebacker came in and finished him off. Let's see. Ben Hill, Norman, and Nathan Park was on. It'll be 4th and 2, and Dobyns-Bennett will punt. They haven't done much of that tonight. And let's see if they do elect to punt. Right now, down 21-10. They want to make Oak Ridge drive the length of the field, I would think. Still plenty of time to go in the ball game. Booker and Thomas standing back at the 15-yard line. 4th down and 2. Wildcats on top 21-10 here with 2 seconds. Here's the snap. This is the final play of the 3rd quarter. It's a high kick. Sean's going to field it and run. 15. Sean Thomas tackled at the 20. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score going to the 4th and final quarter of one of these 2 teams' seasons. The Wildcats 21, Dobyns-Bennett 10. Back in 60 seconds.
Great crowd. I've never been to the gym. My dad paid him the other day.
He's still a friend with you all?
Kind of. No, I've seen him.
Back here at Blankenship Field, 1st down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats at the 20, 12 minutes to go. Handoff goes Booker. Booker at the 25-yard line, tripped up by the Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett Indians as Booker carries for about, officially 4 yards. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. 11:45 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge holding on to a 21-10 lead. What a big difference one game makes. The last time the Wildcats put 47 points on the board, 46 points, something like that. Only 21 on the board now. They'd have to really press to get that many. Much better Dobyns-Bennett team this time around. 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Double wing set once again. Fischer, the running back behind Porter. Scott Fischer with the call. Scott Fischer 30 to the 35-yard line. That is a 1st down run for Scott Fischer. The holes are beginning to open up in the middle now for the big fullback, and he picks up a 1st down.
You know, that's what happens, David, when you continually run outside, all of a sudden you pop one inside, and generally a lot of times it goes. That time they ran just a little straight handoff to Fischer. He muscles his way and picks up probably about 6 or 7 yards for another Oak Ridge 1st down.
Wildcats with the lead, very content to work as much time off the clock. The Wildcats had a double tight end set on that previous play, I do believe, as I saw Josh Kitchen scurry off the field. Adrian Porter from the 34-yard line hands it off to James Booker, gets a block from Kimbrough but can't gain but again a couple of yards on the play as he gets the ball across the 35 to around the 36-yard line. It'll be second down and about 8 yards to go. You're listening to the game live on AM 1290 WATO and Tennessee Cablevision Channel 12. We're also, if you're watching the replay, it's sponsored exclusively on Channel 12 by 10 Bank, your hometown bank, and we appreciate what they do for our broadcasts on Channel 12. Second down, 8 yards to go. From the 35-yard line of Oak Ridge, Adrian Porter under center. He'll sneak the ball himself and get caught in a mess of Indians. Only a yard. Third down, 7. Wildcats can't get too conservative right now. Still 21-10, a very close ball game. Still a lot of time to go.
Absolutely. You'd like to see them, pick up a first down here on 3rd and 8, and then just keep the chains going. Right now, a score is not the most imperative thing. Just keep the clock churning. Right down, we're down to about 9 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this ball game.
Winner takes on the winner of the William Blount Sevier County ball game next Friday night at Sevier County, or here at Oak Ridge if Oak Ridge wins and William Blount does. Porter, pass to Booker. Booker, incomplete. Booker's having a tough night receiving the ball after a stellar season. Would have probably gone for a first down, but once again it's incomplete and the Wildcats will be forced to punt.
Well, that would have been a good catch that time, David. That time the Booker was, as he was going out to the flats toward the sideline, the ball was actually thrown behind him. He would have had to made an excellent catch to haul that one in.
9:42 to play in the ball game. Trey McDonald's going to punt. 4th down and 6. Good snap. Lots of pressure, though. High, end-over-end kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and go out of bounds at around the 30. Not returnable. You can honestly tell probably Trey's still in a lot of pain because usually Trey gets a lot of hang time. That was just a line drive end-over-end kick.
It looks like he's had to change his form just a little bit, David. Usually he has just those high, massive kicks. Not necessarily on that one, but the punt he had previously, it was just a bullet, and I haven't seen him do that really in 2 years.
Have you ever had to wear a flag jacket or anything like that?
Yes, I have, and they're very cumbersome. They're kind of awkward. It takes you a couple of games to get used to them, actually.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 30. Dobyns-Bennett trailing Oak Ridge 21-10 with 9:35 to play in the game. Adonis Johnson, actually that is done in motion. Screen pass to him, and he wants to pass. Here he goes, down the field. Here comes the pass. The pass is batted down. Incomplete. Sean Thomas on the defense for the Wildcats. The Wildcats smelled that out pretty well. Dunn took probably a little bit too much time to throw. That'll be second down and 10 yards to go.
Well, David, they threw the ball backwards to number 22 for them, who would be Rashad Dunn. And then actually you could tell, it didn't take a rocket science to figure out he was going to throw the ball. They had a player streaking down right down the middle of the field, and it looks like it was Sean Thomas is there to defend it, saw it, and made a good play on it.
Second down and 10. The ball's at the 30. Henry splits out here to the near side. Coverage on him by Sean Thomas. I formation. 21-10 Oak Ridge on top. If you just tuned in, Wildcats trailed at the half. Screen pass complete to Henry, and then he's tackled again by Drew Walker, only 2 or 3 yards. Out there also was Sean Thomas. It'll be third down facing Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett, and boy, Walker's been all over the field tonight defensively. Third down and 7 yards to go.
He has really come up big. That time they run a little short dump-off pass, and there was an Oak Ridge defender there. It kind of got him around the knees, and then all of a sudden he comes in and just kills them.
Up to the line will come Kingsport. The ball's at the 34-yard line. They need 7. A long 6, actually, for a first down. Adonis Johnson, the tailback. Clendenin, the fullback. 2 receivers to the near side. Nicholas Vaughn at quarterback. Hands it off to the tailback. Adonis Johnson spins out of a tackle and picks up a first down and more. He breaks it free. Going to take it down the field. Booker and Sean Thomas defending. They're going to grab him. But he's going to get all the way down to the 20-yard line, and they finally get him. All the way down the field. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. And this game is a long way from being over. 8:32 to play. 21-10 the Wildcats lead, but it's first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Boy, how quick is that guy, David? They've got the ball 3rd and 6, and you would think they'd run some kind of a bootleg pass or a sweep or something. They run the ball almost straight up the middle, just off tackle, and then Adonis Johnson just has the speed to separate himself from the rest of the defense.
Up to the line they'll come, first and 10, officially at the 21-yard line of Oak Ridge. Nicholas Vaughn under center. Hand off to Adonis Johnson. Johnson gets free and gains 4, 5, 6 yards as he brings the ball to around the 15-yard line. We're down to 8 minutes and counting, and boy, that clock cannot go quick enough here 21-10 the score. It'll be second down and about 5 yards to go. Farquharson out there on the stop, officially at the 17. Dobyns-Bennett only has one timeout left. They've used 2 of their timeouts already. One timeout, and they trail by 11. 7:42 to play. The Wildcat defense trying to make a stand once again. Receivers left and right. I formation for Kingsport. Vaughn under center. Second down, a long 5 to go for a first. The ball at the Oak Ridge 17. Vaughn rolling, wanting to run, does, and moves the ball to around the 10-yard line. I think he has a first down. Pushed back at the last moment by Resnick. Clock continuing to tick. They spotted at the 11. He needed to get to around the 11-yard line for a first down. The play is going to be stopped here officially as they bring the chains onto the field. 7:10 to play in the game. 21-10 Oak Ridge on top. The Wildcats trailed 10-7 at the half. Now they lead 21-10, but Dobyns-Bennett knocking on the door once again.
What a ball game, David. You know, this game, when you play a team of the caliber of Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett, you know the ball game is never over. That time, you know, you look at what a big play is. If Oak Ridge holds it here, you would think they would probably have to punt or at least go for it on 4th down, and then all of a sudden they're marching in, almost getting ready to score here. It's a fantastic football game.
It is a first down for Kingsport. Players shuttling in and out of the ball game for them. Matt Forbush, a receiver, comes in, 5'11", 160-pounder. Now the Oak Ridge defense beginning to get a little encouragement from the Oak Ridge crowd down here in front. 6:57 and counting in the game, 21-10 Oak Ridge. The winner moves on, the loser ends their season. 1st and 10 at the Oak Ridge 10. Vaughn under center, hands it off. Good running room all the way to the 5-yard line. Runs the fullback, B.J. Clendenin. It'll be for Dobyns-Bennett. Second down and about 4 yards to go. 6:35 and counting. Ball's at the 5-yard line. Rittenberry out there amongst others to make the stop. As I mentioned, Kingsport only has one timeout left in this game. 6:25 and counting. Second down, 4 yards to go. The ball, the nose of the ball, just at the 5-yard line. Adonis Johnson is the lone running back. Dunn's to the left, the single man to the right. They have a receiver to the left as well. From the 5. Quarterback hands it off, touchdown, Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. The Indians take it in with 6:07 to play. B.J. Clendenin, and it's a 21-16 lead for the Wildcats.
Just ran the inside veer that time, David. Looks like there may be a player hurt sitting down in the end zone. Nope, not Drew. Drew Walker was sitting down, but I thought maybe he was hurt, but he's okay.
Kingsport looking over to the sideline. I think they're going to go for 2 here. 21-16. They don't have another timeout. They might want to use their last one. I don't think they really want to. Now the coaching staff sending in the play. 6:07 to play in the ball game. 21-16 Oak Ridge on top. The winner advances. The loser ends their season. They're going for the 2-point conversion here. Right now, the Wildcats up 21-16. If they get the 2-point conversion, a field goal can tie it. And now play is halted. Timeout is asked for. No, it's going to be delay of game. Kingsport, that makes their decision a little bit tougher. If they go and make the 2-point conversion, a field goal can tie it. So it's a big, big play right now.
Well, it's also the smart thing to do. I mean, an extra point here gets them to 17, does nothing for them. This way, like you said, you know, they get 2 points here. A field goal can tie the ball game up.
Then the Oak Ridge offense is going to have the opportunity to try to run out the clock, get some first downs, and win the ball game. And let's see what Dobyns-Bennett does. Single man split out to the right. Gerald Simpson ball. Single man to the left side as well. That's Forbush. I formation. Going for the 2-point conversion. Quarterback Vaughn. Looking. Passes. Pass is caught. 2-point conversion. They score. And it's a 3-point lead for the Wildcats. 21-18. We'll be back with a kickoff in 60 seconds. Here's the kick by Dobyns-Bennett. The short kick will be fielded by James Booker at the 15. Booker, 20. Oh, he goes down at the 21-yard line. The first down, 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. A long field to drive. 6 minutes to burn, and the Wildcats will head to the 3rd round.
Well, right now, David, the answer is that they just got to keep the chains moving. Kingsport has only got one timeout. They got to make maybe 2 or 3 first downs here in a row and hopefully seal this ball game.
Wildcat offense led by Adrian Porter, the junior quarterback. Out on the field they go. Need some first downs. Be great to score, but the Wildcats more concerned about working some clock. The Wildcats don't need a turnover right here as well. Rock Harden in the slot to the left, Fischer and Booker. First down, 10 yards to go. Adrian Porter under center. From the 21, handoff goes to James. James is met. No gain. Second down and long for the Wildcats. 5:55 to play. Wildcats only gained a yard. It'll be second down, 9 yards to go. The ball at the 23-yard line. 5:47 to play in the game. Oak Ridge on top, 21-18 over Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett. Wildcat play, shuttling in. Evan Smith splits out to the right. To the left is Jacob Schneider. Double wing set once again. 5:33 to play in the game. Handoff, rolling, left side. The Wildcats trying to get outside, and he's blasted. No gain. Third down and 10. Booker carried the ball. Wildcats facing a very tough Dobyns-Bennett defense. Now the Wildcats have it. Third down and 10 or so. The ball at the 22-yard line, and only about a minute is ticked off the clock. Things getting very interesting right now. Perhaps the biggest play of the ball game right here.
Absolutely. And look how momentum has changed. Looked like coming out just a few minutes ago, Oak Ridge had this thing in the bag. Now all of a sudden they're fighting for the line.
Third down, 9 yards to go. Adrian Porter needing some time, looking to run. There's the man, James Booker. Incomplete. Wildcats are going to have to punt. Porter got lots of pressure in the backside. Tried to get the ball up the field to Booker, and now Dobyns-Bennett's going to have great field position and a chance with a touchdown to win the ball game.
I'll tell you what, you're talking about the time when your all-state punter needs to come up big. I know he's hurt, but this will be an outstanding time for Trey McDonald to get a great kickoff.
Fourth down, 9 yards to go. They'll rush everyone. Fourth and 10. They should get the ball around midfield. Les Trey can get off one of the big ones. 4:43 to play. Good snap. The punt. High kick. Fair catch is signaled and made, but they'll have great field position. About 60 yards away from a touchdown and perhaps winning this game. 4:36 to play. A field goal will tie it, perhaps send it to overtime. Now the Oak Ridge defense, which has been so solid all season, has a chance to stop the Indians here, and the Oak Ridge crowd is getting back in it. Dobyns-Bennett crowd getting in it as well. Outstanding ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 21-18. 4:36 to play in the game. Up to the line of scrimmage. The 40-yard line comes Dobyns-Bennett. Receivers to the left side wide. Quarterback under center, first and 10. He'll hand it to Adonis Johnson. Runs into a wall of Wildcats. A yard on the play. Wildcats hit him hard. It's second and 9. Larry Grissom, I've called his name out quite a bit tonight. It'll be second down, 9 yards to go.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. Larry Grissom has played a dynamite ball game. Especially, I know in the first quarter, he made several big plays. He's doing a good job of anchoring his position. Anything running by him, he's trying to get a hand on. Outstanding play that time by Larry Grissom.
4 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. Second down, 9 yards to go. Dobyns-Bennett to the line. Quarterback Vaughn from his own 42-yard line. Man comes in motion. Quarterback, back to pass. Looking, across the middle. Pass is intercepted by Drew Walker. Drew Walker picks it off. He's got it at the 37-yard line. Walker has been so big all night long. Huge defensive play, and the Wildcats perhaps can run off the clock and win this game.
Woo, David, we saw his name. Drew Walker has come up big time in and time again, and that time, looks like the receiver was actually got behind him. The ball was slightly underthrown. Drew Walker goes up, and for a huge interception, biggest play of the game.
The Wildcats of Oak Ridge, first down, 10 yards to go. Remember, Kingsport only has one timeout remaining. 3:55 to play, 21-18, Oak Ridge on top. Fumbles would be terrible. First down, 10. First downs will be absolutely wonderful. Here's the handoff. Scott Fischer, 40, 45 to the 50, down to the 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Scott Fischer carries for an Oak Ridge first down. The Wildcats with 3:49 to play on top, 21-18. They have the ball in Dobyns-Bennett territory. Some of the Kingsport faithful, most of the Kingsport faithful on their feet still. Nobody's left Blankenship Field. I see one, maybe two people in the parking lot. Everyone else has stuck around for what has been an exciting playoff atmosphere and an exciting playoff ball game here at Blankenship Field. Backfield split. 1st and 10. Johnston. Handoff. Scott Fischer. Fischer moves the ball forward. Fumbles the ball. They pick it up. Down the field he goes. And then he's tackled at the 45. And just like that, when momentum appeared as if it was switching towards Oak Ridge, another turnover, and Dobyns-Bennett has an opportunity. Scott was just not guarding the ball down there.
Unbelievable, David. You know, you're talking about, I've never seen a game where momentum has switched and switched more often than this ball game. It looks like Oak Ridge is, you know, just gets another first down and they possibly win this ball game. Once again, they turn the ball over, and Oak Ridge's defense is going to have to come up big.
3:17 to play. Dobyns-Bennett in Oak Ridge territory. Here comes the Oak Ridge crowd once again. Momentum back and forth. Vaughn under center. I bet you didn't think he'd get another chance. Quarterback pitches to the tailback. He tries to get outside. There he goes. He takes it down the field. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Dobyns-Bennett scores a touchdown. And just like that, my, how things change. Dobyns-Bennett has the lead with 3:05 to play. And what a terrible way right here. The Wildcats looked as if they were going to have a victory. They still have a chance. But just like that, the Wildcats turn the ball over, and they take it in on one play.
Well, you know, we talked about earlier, Oak Ridge, if they don't turn the ball over, very many times don't beat themselves, they win this ball game. They only turned the ball over once, but they couldn't have picked the worst time to do it.
Now they're going to have to go the full length of the field in 3 minutes and 5 seconds to win this ball game. The Wildcats trailing 25-21. Tough break for the Wildcats, but now they're just going to have to get back out there and get back to work. 25-21, the season could come down to this. It has come down to this. The winner moves on, the loser ends their season. Wildcats have only 3 minutes to get down the field. 25-21 they trail. Wildcats have had some opportunities in the ball game that they haven't cashed in on. A drop, what would be a touchdown pass. And right now, Dobyns-Bennett crowd going nuts. The Wildcats right now down 25-21, and now the Oak Ridge crowd has to get back on their feet. Dobyns-Bennett crowd going crazy across the field. They're hoping to get the chance to move on to the third round, but right now, the Wildcats are going to have to come up with a big play of themselves. 3 minutes to play, that's a lot of time. But Dobyns-Bennett's tough defense has been tough all night long. Wildcats getting ready for the kickoff. Booker standing back at the 10. Oh, to have him return one right here. 25-21 the score. 3 minutes to play in the game. The Wildcats trailing. Here's the kick. Boots it. Long. Booker's going to let it sail out of the end zone. The Wildcats have 80 yards to drive in 3 minutes. And what looked as if was going to be a playoff win for Oak Ridge is going to come down to the final 3 minutes.
It's an unbelievable game, David. If you're a football fan, you have to like this game. If you're an Oak Ridge fan, you know, you have to really be thinking about what in the world has gone wrong. It just is, you know, just a few seconds ago, you think they've got this ball game won. It shows you how quickly things can turn.
Wildcats have the ball at the 20-yard line, needing magic out of the right arm of Adrian Porter, the quick feet of James Booker, whoever it takes to get the job done. 80 yards to drive. 3 timeouts left, actually 2 timeouts left. Wildcats come to the line, 1st and 10. Adrian Porter under center. Booker comes in motion. Booker, here's the reverse to Rock Harden. Rock up the field, gains the ball to the 30, that's a first down. Wildcats pick up, I think, a first down at the 30. Clock is still moving. 2:53 to play. The Wildcats don't have a lot of time. 2:49 to play, and it's still ticking on down. It's close enough for a measurement. The Wildcats need to get to the line. 2:41 to play, 2nd and a yard to go. Oak Ridge from the 29-yard line. Adrian Porter under center. Just not enough time. A lot of time, that is. Under center, he'll roll to his right. Look up the field. He wants to crank it up. Does. Rock Harden incomplete. Little contact down there, but not enough. It'll be 3rd down and a yard to go. 2:26 to play. Wildcats trailing 25-21 and about to be eliminated from the playoffs unless they can come up with a touchdown here.
Well, Oak Ridge has shown, you know, all year they've got so many players that can make big plays. They need 2 or 3 here in a big way.
Sean Thomas brings in the play. The Wildcats can move the sticks by getting 1 yard. They need to get a first down, but they need a touchdown. There's just so little time left. Under center is Adrian Porter. Adrian gives it to Scott Fischer. Fischer does have that first down to the 35-yard line. The clock is stopped with 2:21 to play. Wildcats still have 65 yards to go for a touchdown. It's 1st and 10 with 2:21 to play. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Wildcats have the play, and they come to the line. 2:17 and counting. Reed Casey splits to the right side. Rock Harden drifts off to the left. Wildcat fans in a frenzy. Dobyns-Bennett as well. Adrian Porter under center. Rolls to his right. Looking, in trouble. He's running for his life. He cuts to the 35. Outside he goes. Moves the ball to the 44-yard line. Gain 6 or 7. And the Wildcats might think about calling a timeout. There's an injured man on the field for Dobyns-Bennett, but he gets up quickly. Ball's at the 42-yard line. Wildcats are going to call one of their timeouts. They'll have one left. 1:47 to play in the game. 25-21. Wildcats trailing Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett, and the perfect 11-0 season as it stands right now in serious jeopardy unless the Wildcats come up with a big play.
What a huge game this has been. Look at the Kingsport fans across the way. They're all standing up. All the Oak Ridge fans are standing up. There's still a lot of life in this team. Oak Ridge has got the ball in relatively good position. They've got the ball on their own 42-yard line. They can come down and score. We know they've got so many players that can do big things, and they're going to certainly, I think you've got to get the ball in Booker's hands.
That is the case. The ball's at the 42-yard line. Oak Ridge and Kingsport, longtime rival. The Wildcats have been eliminated by Kingsport for the last 2 consecutive years. Kingsport trying to eliminate the Wildcats here for the 3rd consecutive year. Let's see what Oak Ridge can do. The ball's at the 42-yard line of Oak Ridge, so a long field to go. 25-21 the score. Kingsport on top of Oak Ridge. Sean Thomas splits to the left. Splitting out to the right is Jacob Schneider. Double wing set. Booker and Harden with Fischer in the running back. Adrian hands it off to James. Hands it off. Double reverse. Sean Thomas gets up. He's still on his feet. Looked like he was going to get dropped for a loss. He brings the ball forward for about a yard gain. Clock continues to run. Sean Thomas made an outstanding play just to keep him going down for a 20-yard loss.
I have no idea what in the world happened, David. I lost the ball completely. First thing I look up and I see Sean Thomas. Looks like he's almost down on the ground. And that brings up a huge play here, 3rd and about 3.5 yards.
And only 1:25 to play. The Wildcats, 3rd down and 3. Wildcats don't have a lot of time. They're taking plenty of it. Porter comes to the line. Under center, Chris Johnston. Wildcats need a first down. Lots of pressure. Porter looking, firing. Rock Harden makes the catch and stumbles out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1:06 to play at midfield. And the Wildcats, I believe, have it at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge. I don't know, something happened over on the sideline. The Dobyns-Bennett fans don't like whatever happened. The Wildcats have the first down, 1:05 to play. 1st and 10, and the Wildcats have it at midfield. 1:05 to play. He got out of bounds somehow. More importantly, got that first down. 50 yards in 1:05. Can the Wildcats do it? Trailing 25-21 here in this playoff ball game, an elimination ball game. Sean Thomas splits to the right. Double wing set once again for Adrian Porter from the 50. Porter rolling, looking down the field, wants to run. 50, 45, 40, to the 40, to the 35, down to the 33. It's another first down with 55 seconds to play in the game. The Wildcats desperately trying to win this ball game. Adrian Porter carries it to the 34. Wildcats have the play. The clock is wound. They'll come to the line. 1st and 10. Wildcats with 53 seconds to play. Up to the line they'll come at the Kingsport 34. Booker needs to get in position far to the left. Porter with 45 seconds and counting. First down, 10 yards to go. Adrian back to pass. Looking, fires. Pass is almost intercepted. But it's not. And there's 37 seconds to play, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, at least that stops the clock. You know, one of the things I keep thinking they come back to is I remember 2 or 3 games right in a row. I remember Heritage for sure. They ran the backside post where the quarterback will run over one side, and then the post pattern on the other side of the field has been wide open. Hadn't seen that in a long time. I think it'd be a great call right here.
Officials timeout. One of the Dobyns-Bennett Indians is down on the play. Gives the Wildcats a little bit more of a chance to think about what they want to do. Ron Gray and the offensive staff huddling it around the 40-yard line. 37 seconds to play in the game. Wildcats have it at the Kingsport 34. A field goal won't do it. A touchdown is what they need. 25-21 the score. Wildcats had the lead. Looked as if they were going to run out the clock, but then a turnover and then a touchdown by Johnson. And just like that, the Wildcats, as Scott mentioned a moment ago, just fighting for their very survival, fighting for their season here in 1999. Adrian Porter is over from the sideline. The play is going to come in here. There's a long conversation going on between Coach Ron Gray and the receiver, Sean Thomas, while they attend to the injured Indian down at the 34-yard line. It's 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has 1 timeout left. Dobyns-Bennett has 1 timeout left. 37 seconds on the clock. Seems like a long time ago, that 3 minutes with the ball seemed like just great position for the Wildcats, but now this 37 seconds seems more like 1. Now some of the students are piling over from the student section to give some encouragement to the Oak Ridge Wildcats inside the cheering stand. Now the Oak Ridge crowd getting into it, led by the students down there.
That's really great, you know, David, that you can see on the fence there was 5 or 6 of them, and then there was 10 or 12, and then they just kind of keep multiplying. Now most of them, the majority of them is spilled onto the fence. They're excited. They're still pumped up. They still have faith in this football team.
One of the linebackers, Jacob King, is the injured man for Dobyns-Bennett. He's woozy and slowly walking off the field. 2nd down and 10. The ball's at the Dobyns-Bennett 34-yard line. Oak Ridge trailing 25-21 with 37 seconds to play. Wildcats need a touchdown to continue their undefeated season. Wildcats about ready to go. Porter and the Wildcats, as the injured man is off the field. The incomplete pass stopped the clock. The Wildcats will come to the line. 2nd down, 10. Here they come. Sitting out to the left side is Jacob Snyder. The Oak Ridge crowd comes to their feet. Adrian Porter under center, Chris Johnston. 2nd and 10. James Booker. James Booker 30. James Booker tackle at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. 30 seconds and counting. The Wildcats call the timeout. 28 seconds to play. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. The ball's at the 30-yard line. Wildcats have no timeouts left.
Yeah, David, what a game this has been. I think everybody's sitting on pins and needles. I can hardly talk. I'm so nervous. You have to kind of wonder about that play call there. I'm not too sure. You get the ball, time is called on the incompletion, and then they come back with a run. Maybe they're wanting to get the ball to the right side of the field for some reason and come back with a play coming over on the right side of the field.
Wildcats have it 3rd down and 6. Dobyns-Bennett crowd has gone nuts. 28 seconds to play. The Wildcats season is down to it right here. They have 30 yards to get into the end zone. Only 28 seconds to do it in. Wildcats, 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Ron Gray, the offensive coordinator. It's not going to have much time to get other plays in the ballgame. It's got to be really Adrian making some decisions out there. They have the hand signals they've gone to all season long, or the earlier part of the year. They started later on getting the receivers to run the plays in. Now it's down to this, 3rd down and 6. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Coach Gray off the field. Adrian Porter and his Wildcats under center. 3rd down and long. Back to pass. Lots of pressure. He's running. Outside he goes. He gets a hole. 20, 15. It's going to be to the 5, to the 3-yard line. 1st down. Goal to go for the Wildcats at the 3 with 18 seconds to play. Wildcats have no timeouts. Adrian Porter is taking it to the 3-yard line. No timeouts. 18 seconds. The Wildcats quickly get in position, and a timeout is asked for by Dobyns-Bennett. Officially is at the 4. 1st down, goal to go.
David, unbelievable. I tell you what, I guess the best thing in the world now is that Kingsport just called the timeout, because there was a lot of confusion that time. Oak Ridge has got the ball on the 4-yard line. They've only got 18 seconds. They'll try to probably run to the sidelines, run the ball up the middle. If they don't, they're going to have to get on the ball. They're going to have to spike it if they have to, but the clock is really the critical thing here. 4 yards and 18 seconds.
1st down, goal to go. The Dobyns-Bennett band playing loudly. The fans on both sides of the field on their feet. What an exciting game. I thought Porter might take it in for a score. Just caught at the last moment. Still, Wildcats with no timeouts. Dobyns-Bennett has no timeouts. 18 seconds to play, so a running play right here. You run the risk of not getting another one off quickly enough. Right now, they've got 4 yards and perhaps the win.
You know what they could do, too? They could run that little pass where you've got a couple of people going out in the flats, that may work too. So if you miss it, you're going to have an incomplete pass. That's definitely a one in the game book.
Ball's at the 4-yard line. Here they come to the line. 18 seconds to play. 4th down, goal to go for the Wildcats. Scott Fischer, the lone running back. Now Booker lines up with him as well. Porter under center from the 4. He rolls to his right. Backside pressure. Passes complete. Touchdown, Oak Ridge! Booker scores! Booker scores! Booker scores! 12 seconds to play. Pandemonium reigns at Blankenship Field. 12 seconds on this clock. 12 ticks on the scoreboard clock. And the Wildcats of Oak Ridge will go for an extra point. 27-25. Oak Ridge on top. Aaron Hunt to attempt the extra point. Drew Walker to hold. Jacob Snyder to snap. 27-25. Oak Ridge might have pulled it out. Here's the hold. The kick. It's drilled. He splits the uprights. 12 seconds to play. 28-25. And the kickoff. The kickoff coming up. And I'm going to take a break. We'll be back with it in 30 seconds. Yes. On AM 1290 WACO, here in a few short moments, we'll have Scott Fischer now on Blankenship Field. Right now, the Wildcats lead at 28-25, and the Wildcats perhaps 12 seconds away from sending Dobyns-Bennett down to a crushing defeat, which just moments ago appeared to be a crushing Oak Ridge defeat. Wildcats to kick off. 12 seconds to play. Aaron Hunt is going to pop it up. Line drive down the middle of the field. Fielded at the 10. Up the field he goes. 25. That's Henry to the 30. 7 seconds to play. And here in a moment, the Wildcats will see if they'll move on to play in the third round of the playoffs, or will it be Dobyns-Bennett? Last gasp effort here in a few short moments. 7 seconds to play. Oak Ridge 28. Kingsport Dobyns-Bennett 25. James Booker, who dropped what could have been a touchdown pass earlier, made the reception, took it across for the score, and the Wildcats right now, one play perhaps away from the third round. Nicholas Vaughn at quarterback from the 30-yard line. 7 seconds to play. Straight drop, lots of pressure. He rolls. He looks. He fires. It's up for grabs. The game is over. Oak Ridge wins. Oak Ridge wins. Oak Ridge is headed to the third round of the TSSAA playoffs. And once again, it's pandemonium on Blankenship Field. 28-25. The Wildcats have won. It looked as if the whole season was going to come down to a loss. But the Wildcats have pulled it out, and they win it 28-25, and they'll play the winner of the Sevier County Smoky Bear William Blount ball game. Scott Munger, your thoughts on the game?